possession. Los Fresnos comes back and wins. Now Santa Maria will put up a three. Bang! Santa Maria!
Here's Warner. Here comes a head of the jam. Counted for two. The field. Adios! And the Falcons win on a walk-off. And it's saved. What a game. Cortez smacked
To the left. That is gone.
Rob for Perez. That's my play. Off the backboard. Count it. And a win. And a win. Brian Perez wins the game for the Santa Rosa Warriors, and they go nuts. And why not?
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Real Sports Live. We were coming from live to you from Cabinets Field, CCISD, for another fine evening of baseball. Tonight we have the Corpus Christi Carroll Tigers taking on the hosting Moody Trojans here tonight. I'm Mark Molina and silent partner, Coach Andy Dudney tonight. Unable to get another headset out here, but Coach is here for you guys. Both in spirit and, physically here, helping me control the computer. So I appreciate Coach Dudney for being here tonight as well. Hopefully soon we'll get him back out here on the audio. But for now, we're going to get things going here. We're doing the introductions of the starting lineups for both teams. We're a little into it here for Corpus Christi Carroll. So we'll start right now with the Carroll Tigers. Starting left field, first batter in the rotation, Chris Chavez. Batting second, Nick Matrides, pitcher. Followed by Jeremiah Bush at shortstop. And at center field, Gilbert Gonzalez. At third base, Easton Hewitt. At first base, Diego Cardenas. Playing catcher, Dave Palomo. At right field, E.J. Cantu. And at second base, Trey Estrada. That's the Corpus Christi Carroll Tigers. And we're going to go over here to the Moody Trojans. Leading off at second base, Derek Hernandez, followed by Roman Rodriguez in left field. The designated hitter is James Perales, followed by right fielder Jonathan Everett, and at first base, Nomar Sainz. Catching, Chris Escamilla, and batting seventh, Aiden Gonzalez, the shortstop. At third base, Josh Gonzalez. And batting ninth is AJ Hernandez. At center field, and Richie Roman on the mound for the Moody Trojans. We're going to have the national anthem. We'll be back after this. First pitch coming up right after this. We'll be back. This is Real Sports Live. Keep it here.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for a fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are moments away from the first pitch, and warming up is Moody's Richie Roman, set to take on Chris Chavez, top of the lineup, leading off for the Carroll Tigers. Left fielder Chris Chavez. And we got a lot going on in and around the area. We got doubleheader softball, Chris Vasquez over there, and then we got Xavier Pond over at soccer for us here tonight, boys and girls doubleheader. And we're going to shift over to Bishop tonight, a pair of really big games. The Santa Gertrudis Academy Lady Lions visiting the Lady Badgers over there for some top-notch softball action. Kevin Nara on the call there. And right next door, literally a couple of yards of that Bishop Sports Complex, the Santa Gertrudis Lions going to be taking on the Bishop Badgers. And a pretty big district game there for both softball and baseball. So make sure to keep an eye out for that. And Frankie Cardenas on the call there. So if you're not already following us, please do so on Facebook, on Twitter, and on YouTube. You can also find us on Instagram. That's at Real Sports, RIO Sports Live. And you can also find us .com.
Gusting to 18, and the umpire says play ball in the first batter for the Tigers, left fielder number 2, Chris Chavez.
And here we go. Leading things off is going to be the left fielder, Chris Chavez, taking on Richard Roman on the mound. And this first pitch is in a little inside for strike number 1. So the count 0-1 here for Chavez. And this one comes in low and inside. That's going to be ball number 1. 1-1 the count here. And Carroll Tigers in their road grays and Moody in the home whites here tonight. For those of you watching at home. And this pitch comes in outside for strike number 2 there. So 1-2 the count. And here's Roman, he's ready. Here's the delivery. Pitch comes in, down the middle high, evens up the count at 2-2. Just the one game here tonight. Seems the last couple of weeks we've been burning the midnight oil. This back-to-back doubleheaders a couple of times a week. A lot going on here at this Cabinets multiplex as this pitch comes in. Low and inside. Full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And getting a piece of this one is Chavez, and he's going to fly out to right field for out number 1. So first out of the game. And we're going to have a foul ball sponsor this evening. So for those of you out here chasing foul balls, you don't have to give them back. So that's always fun for the kids out here. So talking last time on the air. Yeah, people listen to us. And you guys can hear Coach here on the outside talking about it at length last time that we were out here on the air as this pitch comes in for ball number 1. And up next is Nick Matrides, the pitcher, DH for the Carroll Tigers. Counts 1-0. This one comes in high for ball number 2. So 2-0 the count. Here's the pitch. And the count's going to move to 3-0 here. So Matrides well ahead now as he settles back into the batter's box. His pitch comes in. That's going to be strike number 1. So the count moves 3-1, 3 balls, 1 strike. 1 out, nobody on here in the top of the first inning. And Matredes gets a piece of that one and fouls it off for strike number 2 as the count moves full. And this one gets fouled off. So 3-2 the count here. Matredes battling. And swing and a miss there for strike number 3 as Matredes is going to try to beat out the throw there, and he cannot. So 2 outs here. And the top of the first inning.
Shortstop number 9, Jeremiah Bush.
And Jeremiah Bush, the shortstop, coming to the plate for Carroll. So 2 out, nobody on here in the top of the first inning for Bush. And he fouls off this first pitch for strike number 1. So Roman's ready. Here's the delivery. This one comes in inside for strike number 2. So Roman ahead now here. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, and Bush gets a piece of this one. He fouls it off high right behind him. So count stays at 0-2. So here's a pitch from Roman, and this one gonna get fouled off once again by Bush. Making contact here, just trying to get him in play. He's fouled off a couple here behind him. And he settles back in, and he's ready to go. Here's delivery from Roman, and swing and a miss for strike number 3 and out number 3. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base for Carroll in the top of the first inning. So we're halfway through 1, and we're going to take a break, and we'll be back with the bottom of the first here when we get back. This is Real Sports Live.
COVID-19 hit, we saw that there was quite a decrease in our sales. We had heard from another business that EDC was helping people with grants, and so we decided to give it a shot, and we were accepted. I would encourage you to contact the EDC and see if you qualify for one of these grants.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Moving to the bottom of the first inning. Carroll Tigers go 3 up, 3 down in the top of the first as Richie Roman records a pair of strikeouts. And up next is going to be the Moody Trojans up to bat. Derek Hernandez leading things off against Matridis on the mound here. And here comes Hernandez as he walks up to the plate.
Leading off for the Moody Trojans, second baseman number 12, Derek Hernandez.
So Hernandez is going to get us going here. Bottom of the first inning. So here's the first pitch, comes in a little low. It's going to be ball number 1. It's been a pretty gray day, kind of windy. Not as windy as it's been over the weekend or right before the weekend as this ball comes in for strike number 1 to even the count up at 1-1. But kind of gray, a little sprinkly on and off here throughout the day. But it's a nice fresh day, and it's good for those in attendance. As this ball comes in for ball number 2. Kind of gets away from the catcher there, so 2-1 the count now for the leadoff man, Hernandez. And here comes the next pitch. This one outside and right on the edge, and it's 2-2 now after strike 2 there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Matridis delivers. And this one put into play by Hernandez over to the second baseman. There's the throw for a 4-3 ground out. 4 out, number 1. So as Hernandez heads back to the dugout, Roman Rodriguez comes to the plate for the Moody Trojans. And this pitch comes in for strike number 1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out here, bottom of the first inning. And this one popped up by Rodriguez all the way into the outfield, and this one's going to be caught in left field for a fly out and out number 2. So 2 down here.
2 down, designated hitter number 23, James Perales.
And James Perales, the DH for Moody, comes to the plate with 2 out, nobody on. Here's a pitch from Matridis. This one comes in. Strike number 1. Count evened up now at 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs here for DH Perales. And Perales swings, misses for strike number 2. So the count moves to 1-2. And Perales steps out of the batter's box. settles back in. He's all good now here. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the first inning for the Moody Trojans. Here's the pitch. This one comes in outside for ball number 2. So 2s across the board, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs for Perales. And Perales smacks this one over to the third baseman. Takes time with the throw. It's on point for the ground out and out number 3. So no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base for the Moody Trojans. So we're through 1. That was a quick inning there. So we're going to take a break and we'll come back with the top of the second inning. 4-5-6 due up for the Carroll Tigers. We'll be back right after this.
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles? How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the second inning, leading off here for the Carroll Tigers is going to be center fielder Gilbert Gonzalez. Going against Roman on the mound, who retired the side last time out. 2 strikeouts in the top of the first, delivers this pitch in for ball number 1. Here's a pitch. This one called strike. Evens the count up at 1-1. This one comes in a little outside. 2-1 to count. Roman delivers this pitch, and Gonzalez is going to get a piece of it. And he's going to foul it off, and he's going to be out on the nice play there from the first baseman for out number 1. As he popped it up foul, and nice hustle to get over to the edge before it gets over to the fence.
One down, third baseman, number 19, Easton Hewitt.
So Easton Hewitt, the third baseman for the Carroll Tigers, up to bat now. And here's the pitch that comes in way inside by Roman. That's going to be ball number 1. And this one comes in outside for strike number 1. 1-1 to count, 1 out. And Roman got a nice healthy tempo going here. And same spot for strike number 2. So 1-2 the count here for Richie Roman. This pitch comes in right down the middle and caught looking is Hewitt for out number 2. Third strikeout of the game for Roman.
2 down. First baseman number 22, Diego Carroll.
And first baseman Diego Cardenas coming to the plate. 2 out and nobody on. And this pitch right down the middle for strike number 1. This one in a little low, and seems like Roman's doing everything one fluent motion. Just seems like all the time between pitches is all identical and the same. Just really getting into a little bit of rhythm. And speaking of the same, this inning starting to shape up much like the first. Retired the first, struck out the second, and in the first inning he struck out the third. And here we are, 2-1 the count as Diego Cardenas ahead at this moment. Here's the pitch from Roman. Cardenas gets a piece of that one. Evens the count up at 2-2 now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. Roman ready. Here's the delivery. This one comes in way outside for ball number 3. So the count moves to full. 3 balls, 2 strikes now. And Roman delivers this one, and Cardenas is going to foul it off. Count going to stay full here for the first baseman, Cardenas. Roman's ready. Here's the delivery. And Cardenas sending this one over to the fence. And another pop-up over in foul territory, caught for an out. So 3 up, 3 down here in the top of the second inning, and we're moving right along in this one, ladies and gentlemen. We're no runs, no hits, no errors for Carroll, and nobody left on base in the top of the first. We're headed to the bottom. Back after this is Real Sports Live.
The Harlingen CISD elementary experience looks something like this. Let's see that again. To learn more about the HCISD elementary experience, visit hcisd.org.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Real Sports Live. Headed to the bottom of the second inning. We're moving right along here. We're through 1.5. And leading things off here for the Moody Trojans in the bottom of the second, the right fielder, Jonathan Everett. So goose eggs all along the scoreboard right now still. But a lot of baseball to be played, ladies and gentlemen. And thanks for joining us here on this Tuesday evening at lovely Campus Field. And this pitch from Atreides comes in for strike number 1. 0-1 the count. And all the fields, just about all of them working right now. Softball, baseball, I know the soccer field, and I think the Cabinet West field also. And here's a hit smack into left center field for a leadoff single from Everett. So, first hit of the game. So, with the man on, nobody out. No more signs. The first baseman coming to the plate now. And here we go. Back-to-back base hits. And Omar Sign sends this one right up the middle. And puts runners at the corner now. So a good start here for the Trojans in the bottom of the second inning as Chris Escamilla, the catcher,
Number 27, Chris Escamilla.
comes to the plate now. He's got runners at the corners. Back-to-back singles start here for Moody. And making contact, Escamilla right past the shortstop for an RBI single, and in comes Everett. And makes it a 1-0 game with runners at first and second now.
Courtesy runner at first base, number 4, Isaac Ivana.
So we can get a courtesy runner in. And coming to the plate now, Aiden Gonzalez. With a couple of runners on, nobody out here, and a 1-0 lead. 3 hits so far, given up to the first 3 batters. And this pitch comes in for ball number 1. So the count 1-0. Here's the pitch, and a bunt put down, nicely done there by Gonzalez. And he's going to beat out, and he's not going to beat out the throw. Almost does, but he moves the runners over to second and third. We're out number 1. And that was just nicely done. Just puts it in right in front of him and nearly beats out the throw there. But puts the runners on second and third now. And Josh Gonzalez coming to the plate with 2 on, 1 out. And this pitch comes in low for ball number 1. Swinging and getting a piece of it is Gonzalez, that he fouls it off. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out here and 2 on. And here's the pitch, and Gonzalez hits this one right to the shortstop. He makes the throw. 4 out, number 2, but a run's going to come in as Signs crosses home. So make it 2-0. But Gonzalez has got himself an RBI here. 2-0. Runners at third. And this one gets fouled off. This is AJ Hernandez at the plate, so no balls, 2 strikes. So into the count, here's a pitch from Treaties, and reaching for it is Hernandez. And it's going to fall foul, apparently. But not by much. Falling just foul, a few feet from the warning track back there. So the count stays at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes here. Runner at third. And Hernandez pops this one up, and back goes the center fielder, who's going to haul it in for out number 3. But a couple of runs come in. 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base for the Moody Trojans in the bottom of the 2nd inning. So we're through 2, and the Moody Trojans lead Carroll 2-0. We're headed to the 3rd inning, ladies and gentlemen. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at 1st and Jackson in Harlingen.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the top of the 3rd inning, and leading things off here is the catcher, Dave Palomo, for the Carroll Tigers. Moody puts 2 runners across in the bottom of the 2nd on 3 hits, as they start off that inning with 3 consecutive hits. But Matrides is able to retire the next 3 batters, face 6 in that inning. So 2 come across, and it's a 2-0 lead for Moody. And here's the Carroll Tigers up to bat. And here's the first pitch from Roman, inside for ball number 1. And Roman delivers this one low for ball number 2. So 2-0 the count here for Roman. So it's 7-8-9 due up here for the Carroll Tigers in this inning. And this pitch comes in low once again for strike number 3. So 3 balls, no strikes here for Dave Palomo. And this one's going to be called strike. Or strike number 1. So 3-1 the count here. Here's Lamont set. Here's the delivery. And swing and miss for strike number 2. And the count moves to full. And Roman delivering back-to-back strikes here. And here's a 3-2 pitch. And getting a piece of that one is Palomo. Fouls it off behind him. Count going to stay full. And here's the pitch. This one comes in high, and it's going to be a base on balls. As Palomo's going to take his base for the walk. So that's going to put a runner on here for Carroll. And EJ Cantu, the right fielder, going to come up to bat for the Tigers. Carroll going to see if it can answer here. This one comes in low and inside for ball number 1. And the throw over to first. Not in time. So 1 on, nobody out here for EJ Cantu. The count 1-0. And Roman delivers this one high and outside for ball number 2. 2-0 the count. Roman very aware of the man at first, and second pickoff attempt here. There's a throw not in time once again, so count 2-0 here for EJ Cantu. And here's the pitch. This one comes in for strike number 1. 2 balls, 1 strike here. And this one gets away from the catcher, and the runner's going to advance over to second base. So the count's 3-1 here. With a runner on second after that wild pitch. It screws the runner. Sits on second, so 3 balls, 1 strike. And here's Roman. And this pitch gets fouled off by Cantu. And we got a full count here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the 3-2 pitch. This one comes in for strike number 3, and Cantu goes down looking for out number 1. So 4 strikeouts here for Richie Roman. And Trey Estrada, the second baseman, up to the plate. So Roman looks behind him, checks the man at second. Here's the pitch. So comes in outside for ball number 1. 1-0 the count. Sure, there's a runner on via walk, but other than that, Richard Roman, pretty solid outing here so far. And this pitch comes in low and outside. So 2-0 the count. Roman steps off the mound here. Looks back at the runner at second. Here's the pitch. This one comes in inside for ball number 3. So this inning so far, Roman falling behind in the count here. This one, 3 balls, no strikes. And here's the pitch to Estrada, who's going to take his base, and that's going to be the second walk here of the inning. So put the man at first and second now. And coming up next for the Carroll Tigers is going to be the top of the lineup, Chris Chavez. Chavez 0 for 1 here on the night. Fouls this one off to his left before strike number 1. So 0-1 the count here. And Chavez gets a piece of this one. Fouls it off once again, so no balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Roman. This one outside for ball number 1. So Roman ready. And here's the pitch. This one comes in way inside. Evens up the count at 2-2. Roman with the delivery, and Chavez gets a piece of this one and fouls it off again. He's battling in there. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners at first and second here for Chavez. And here's the pitch. This one comes in high, and it's going to bring the count to full. 3 balls, 2 strikes here. And Chavez going to step out of the batter's box. Settles himself back in. Meanwhile, Roman surveys the runners on. And Chavez is going to pop this one up here to center field, and the play is going to be made for out number 2 and keeps the runners at bay here. And up next is the pitcher Matridis.
2 down, 2 on. For the pitcher.
2 out, 2 on here for Matridis. Matridis also 0 for 1. Struck out last time he was up. This pitch comes in a little bit high for ball number 1. Nice pitch in there for Roman. In for strike number 1. Count it 1-1 here. And this one popped up behind Matredes, and that's going to be strike number 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes here. And this pitch comes in, and Matredes goes down looking for out number 3. And it's so far, it's a little bit of a run for Roman, 5K run that is, as he has 5 strikeouts, heading to the bottom of the 3rd inning. So no runs, no hit, no errors, 2 left on base for Carroll on the top of the 3rd. So we'll be back, ladies and gentlemen. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live.
Since COVID-19 hit, we saw that there was quite a decrease in our sales. We had heard from another business that EDC was helping people with grants, and so we decided to give it a shot, and we were accepted. I would encourage you to contact the EDC and see if you qualify for one of these grants.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom of the 3rd inning, top of the lineup due up here for the Moody Trojans. They put up 2 runners last inning on 3 hits as they got to Matredes a little bit early on in that inning. But after 3 consecutive hits, Matredes able to settle down, retire the next 3 batters, and get out of the inning to leave one stranded. But here comes Hernandez, 0 for 1 on the night. 4-3 ground out last time he was up.
Top of the order for the Trojans, 12 here, Hernandez.
So Hernandez going to ready himself here. Matredes faced 6 batters last inning. And here's the first pitch. This one comes in low and inside for ball number 1. And this one popped up, and it looks like the second baseman's going to get under it, and does, and records the out. For out number 1 here. So coming to the base now is going to be Roman Rodriguez. Had a fly out last time. Also for 1 at the plate. And this one bouncing over to the first baseman. And Rodriguez is going to ground out at first. For out number 2. So 2 out, nobody on here. And James Perales, 5-3 ground out last time he was up. Back in the top of the first inning. And this pitch comes in for strike number 1. And already a much smoother outing in this inning for Matredes. Gotta love the mental toughness as he's dealing right here. And this one is going to fly out to left field for out number 3. So 3 up, 3 down there for the Moody Trojans. So no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. And we are through 3 innings, and we're headed to the 4th, ladies and gentlemen. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live. Back after this.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Leading off the top of the 4th inning, Jeremiah Bush for Carroll. So 3-4-5 due up here in this inning for the Carroll Tigers. Yet to record a hit here against Richie Roman, who's just dealing tonight with 5 strikeouts so far, and that one delivered for strike number 1. Had a couple of walks last inning, but left him stranded. Nobody hurt as this one comes in low, gets away from the catcher. Tell you what, he had those 2 walks, but he dealt a couple of Ks there. So 2 out of 3 innings, he's had multiple strikeouts. And this one comes in right down the middle for strike number 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here for Jeremiah Bush. Struck out last time he was at the plate. And this one comes in inside. Evens the count up at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And this one way inside. Bush getting out of the way of that one. And we got a full count here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Roman delivers this pitch, and Bush sends it over to the second baseman for a 4-3 ground out. And 1 out here, and up to the plate next is going to be Gilbert Gonzalez. Gonzalez 0 for 1 on the night. And this pitch comes in for strike number 1. So 0-1 the count. Next one in for ball number 1. 1's across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here for Gonzalez. And Gonzalez gets a piece of that one, fouls it off right behind him for strike number 2. And this one sent into the gap by Gonzalez, and that's going to be the first hit of the game for the Carroll Tigers. Sends it into that left field gap, and it's going to put a man on. So 1-on-1 out here for Hewitt.
Number 19, Easton Hewitt.
So Hewitt 0 for 1, struck out last time up, and this pitch comes in for ball number 1. So 1-0 the count here. And here's a pitch, and Hewitt gets a piece of that one with the tip of his bat, fouls it off. And the count's 1-1 now. And this one comes in right on the edge, outside for strike number 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. And this one right up the middle, and the shortstop trying to fall on it, and not even going to try the throw there. So back-to-back hits given up, and Hewitt with a single here. Puts runners at first and second with 1 out, and up to the plate is going to be first baseman Diego Cardenas.
For number 22, first baseman Diego Cardenas.
And this one comes in for strike number 1, so 0-1 the count here. And here's the throw to third, and they're going to get the man out there. Four out, number 2. So a man on second now. Runner out at third. And so 2 out now, 1-1 to count for Cardenas at the plate. Boy, that'll take the wind out of your sails. And this pitch comes in right down the middle for strike number 2. And now Cardenas behind in the count. The runner at second and 2 outs now. Sotomayor steps off the mound. Resets a little bit. He's ready to go. As is Cardenas as he settles into the batter's box. And here's the 1-2 pitch. This one comes in outside and even things up. So 2's all the way across. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner on second. And Armand's pitch comes in high. It's going to even up the count now at 3-2. And here's the pitch. This one put in play to the shortstop and makes the throw in time for out number 3. So no runs, 2 hits. There was no errors. There was 1 left on base there. And despite giving up back-to-back hit, Richie Roman gets out of the inning there unscathed. So we're headed to the bottom of the 4th inning. And the Moody Trojans due up next. 4, 5, 6 coming up for them in that rotation. So keep it here. This is Real Sports Live. We'll be back after this.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the bottom of the 4th inning now. The Carroll Tigers get a couple of hits in the top of the inning and are unable to bring runners across. Had a man thrown out at 3rd after having 2 on. And Richie Roman getting out unscathed there. But he's given up 2 hits now, but 4 scoreless innings for him on the mound. So coming to the plate, leading things off in the bottom of the 4th inning, Jonathan Everett. And Everett 1 for 1 on the night with a leadoff single in the 2nd inning. Here's the first pitch from Treaties inside, a little low for ball number 1. And Everett gets a piece of this one, and that one's going to fall for a leadoff single for him. So he's 2 for 2 on the night. And coming up next is going to be No More Signs, first baseman now for Moody. Also 1 for 1 on the night with a single back in the 2nd inning, a part of those back-to-back-to-back hits.
First baseman number 20, No More Signs.
To start the 2nd inning. So here's a throw over to first. Not in time. This pitch comes in for strike number 1. this one down the middle for strike number 2. So Matridis ahead here. No balls, 2 strikes. Sign's gonna step out here. And this one right up the middle to the shortstop who bobbles it. And Sign's going to get on an E6 here. And put runners at first and second. So it's going to be 2 on, nobody out here. And coming to the plate is Escamilla, who had an RBI single to bring in Everett last time he was up. So two on, nobody out here. And Escamilla gets a piece of this one, and he sends it into center field. The play's made, and here's the throw in, and it's going to put runners at the corner with 1 out. So we keep trekking along as Aiden Gonzalez comes to the plate. So Gonzalez with runners at first and third here. And this pitch comes in way outside for ball number 1. And this one, nice play made there. It's center field, and the sac fly is going to bring another runner in. And that's going to be Everett. And the score is 3-0. So Everett scored 2 runs now. He's come across twice, and Gonzalez on the sac fly.
Number 9, Josh Gonzalez.
So now here's Josh Gonzalez. With the runner on first, 2 out. And Gonzalez belts this one past the shortstop, and he's going to get a single here. And puts the runners on first and second. And coming to the plate, A.J. Hernandez.
Brings up number 8, A.J. Hernandez.
This pitch comes in for ball number 1. This one comes in low for ball 2. So the count now at 2-0. This is the 6th batter in this inning. Second time this game that Matredes has faced 6 batters in the inning, and last time 2 runners came in back in the bottom of the second. So 1 in here so far. Runners at first and second, and it Hernandez looks like he's going to take his base on the 3-0 count. And a little bit of confusion here on the sign from the blue, and getting talked about here, and it looks like we're still going to be sorting a little bit out here. Should it be a walk, we're going to load the bases, and it looks like that's what it's going to be, as Hernandez is going to take his base, giving way to the top of the lineup for Moody. Oh, they're going to call it strike, so scratch that. Back comes Hernandez. And instead of a walk, we're going to have a full count, it looks like. Or it's actually going to be the first strike, so 3-1. So Hernandez steps back into the batter's box. 3-1 the count. Runners at first and second, 2 out. And here's the pitch, and this one is going to be bunted foul. And now we have a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And what a big difference that call made. Would have put runners on, would have loaded the bases, and now we have a full count and a chance to get out of the inning with just 1 run coming across, despite a couple of hits and an error. And this one over the glove of the shortstop, and it's going to be an RBI single as Signs slides home. And the second runner comes across in the inning and makes it a 4-0 game. And now we're going to give way to the top of the lineup with the runners on first and second.
Second baseman number 12,
Derek Hernandez. Hernandez 0 for 2 here. And this one comes in for ball number 1, the first pitch. So 1-1 the count. Pitch in for strike number 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here. This one going to get fouled off. So Hernandez settles back in. And this one's sent right over the left fielder. And 1 run's going to come in. And make it 2. As Hernandez with a 2 RBI triple. To bring in Gonzalez and Hernandez. And make it a 6-0 game. And the catcher comes out to check on Treaty. Says Roman Rodriguez gets ready to come to the plate as the 8th batter in this inning.
Number 3, Roman Rodriguez.
So the first pitch in for ball number 1. And the count is 2-0. And this one going to be fouled off for strike number 1. Next pitch comes in, so it's a 3-1 count here. 3 balls, 1 strike for Rodriguez with a runner in scoring position. 4 already coming across in this inning. And that's going to be a walk. And Rodriguez will take his base. And it looks like we're going to have a pitching change, and Matridis' night is done after 3 2/3 innings. So we're going to have a new pitcher on the mound, and this looks like it's going to be number 1, Dylan Dudney. Taking a couple of warm-up pitches, so we'll take a break here, and we'll be back. This is Real Sports Live, back after this.
The Harlingen CISD elementary experience looks something like this. Let's see that again. To learn more about the HCISD elementary experience, visit hcisd.org.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dudney taking the mound now in relief of Matridis, who comes off giving up 7 hits, 6 runs. And Dudney gonna come up now with runners at the corner, 2 outs here.
Runners on the corners with 2 down.
And coming up is Perales, the DH. And here's the pitch, and that one comes in for strike number one. Swing and a miss there from Perales. So runners at second and third now. And this pitch comes in outside for ball number one. And this one popped up and fouled off. So 1-2 the count now. For Perales, here's the 1-2 pitch from Dudney, and this one is fouled off. One ball, two strikes, two outs here. And here's the pitch and swing and a miss for Perales, who's going to try to beat the throw, but cannot. And Dudney gets the Carroll Tigers out of the inning with that strikeout, but the damage is done. So 4 runs on 4 hits. There was 1 error, and there was 2 left on base for the Moody Trojans. And we're through 4. We're headed to the top of the 5th inning. But back after this, ladies and gentlemen, we are Real Sports Live. Keep it here.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Real Sports Live is the Concession Stand.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Forever.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the top of the 5th inning, and leading things off here for the Carroll Tigers is going to be De Palomo for the Tigers here, coming up against Richie Roman. So due up here in this inning, 7-8-9 for Carroll. And they trail by 6 runs here, 6-0. We're able to get a couple of hits on Roman in the last inning, but Roman has tossed 4 shutout innings here so far. And that pitch comes in for ball number 1. And this one popped up out to center field, and catch is going to be made, and it's going to be out number 1 as Palomo flies out to center field. And up next is going to be EJ Cantu, the right fielder. 0 for 1 on the night. Struck out last time up. And Cantu is going to send this one between the first and second baseman for a base hit. So it's going to be a single. Puts a man on with 1 out. And up to the plate next is going to be Trey Estrada. Reached base on a walk last time up.
Brings up the second baseman, number 6, Trey Estrada.
This pitch comes in low. For ball number 1. And this one, the throw is made there, and double play. Turn in the inning for so a nice 6-4-3, and we're done here in the top of the 5th. We're midway through, headed to the bottom now. So no runs on 1 hit. There was no errors, and there was nobody left on base there for the Carroll Tigers. And we'll be back, ladies and gentlemen. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live.
Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Since COVID-19 hit, we saw that there was quite a decrease in our sales. We had heard from another business that EDC was helping people with grants, and so we decided to give it a shot, and we were accepted. I would encourage you to contact the EDC and see if you qualify for one of these grants.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 4-5-6 due up here for the Moody Trojans. Bottom of the 5th inning, leading things off, is Jonathan Everett. And that pitch comes in for strike number 1. And must excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, didn't get the best look at it here. Got a pull in my vision, but it was a 1-6-3 double play to end the inning last time out. Thank you, Coach Dudney, for the assist on that one. And here we are at the bottom of the 6th inning, and a swing and a miss. 5th inning, swing and a miss there by Everett. For strike 2, so the count 0-2 here. And this one comes in outside for ball number 1. And Everett hits this one all the way to the third baseman and was able to recover in time. A nice throw there. It hit him right in the glove, and he bobbled it, but he's able to get on track and make the play for out number 1. Sometimes it's kind of mind-boggling how the distance between home and first is. Not much time, but enough time to recover there if you're quick enough, and just what a recovery there at third to make that play. And signs up to bat now. This pitch comes in inside for ball number 1. Signs fouls this one off. He just gets a piece of it. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. And Signs hits this one over to the third baseman for a 5-3 ground out number 2. So up to the plate next is going to be
Now batting for Moody,
number 13, Jordan Ramos. So Ramos making his first appearance here. Originally in that position was Chris Escamilla. So this pitch comes in for strike number 1. And Ramos hits this one right to the shortstop for out number 3. So no runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base for the Moody Trojans. And we are through 5. We're headed to the 6th inning, ladies and gentlemen. Back after this. We're Real Sports Live. Keep it here.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the 6th inning and top of the lineup for the Carroll Tigers to get things going. And we're breezing right through this one. And it's a pretty good time. The game about an hour and a half plus old, about an hour and 39 to be exact here. And it's a 6-0 lead here for the Moody Trojans. And this pitch comes in from Richie Roman for strike number 1. Roman has allowed 3 hits and has tossed 5 scoreless innings. And this pitch comes in for strike number 2. So 5 scoreless, 5 strikeouts for Richie Roman. And this one gets fouled off. Chavez gets a piece of it. Here's the 0-2 pitch. This one comes in, and it just grazes the corner of that strike zone for strike number 3. And that's strikeout number 6 for Richie Roman. So 1 down, nobody out. And here comes Nick Petridis, the DH for Carroll. Swing and a miss there. And it looks like Roman kind of getting back into that rhythm. Fourth and fifth slowed down a little bit, but it looks like he's dealing again now. And he goes up in this count 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. And Matridis pops this one up, and the center fielder's got it for out number 2. So 2 down, and here comes Jeremiah Bush for the Carroll Tigers. And this one's sent in right past the outfielder's glove, and it's going to be a base hit. Nice effort, though. But here comes Bush rounding the bases, and he's going to stretch this one into a triple. And that gets the blood flowing a little bit here, and it puts a runner in scoring position for the next batter up, which I believe is number 23, Ben Cruz. And this is Ben Cruz. His first appearance now with 2 out, 1 on here. Well, now we're ready. Just crossing T's and dotting I's are the Moody Trojan defense there as they checking in case the bag was missed at the second in that throw. And here's that pitch fouled off. Can't be too sure. So 0-1 the count now. This pitch comes in for ball number 1. And this pitch comes in low for strike number 2. And that one's going to be called strike 2. So 2-2 the count here for Ben Cruz. Runner in scoring position. And this one's going to be fouled off. And as I said, we got a lot going on here at the Cabinets multiplex area. We got some soccer, we got some baseball, we got some softball. A good one going on over there. 11-12 game in the 6th inning, as we can see over yonder from my vantage point out here. between Veterans Memorial and Corpus Christi Carroll over at the softball field. And this one fouled off by Cruz. And the count even at 2-2. And this pitch is in, outside, and we got a full count here. For Richie Roman. And Roman's pitch, swing and a miss by Cruz, and leaves the man stranded, and that's 6 scoreless innings pitch by Richie Roman, and he's got another inning with a couple of strikeouts, so no runs on 1 hit. There was no errors, and there was 1 left on base midway through the 6th inning. We'll be back after this, ladies and gentlemen. Keep it here. We're Real Sports Live.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles? How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
The Harlingen CISD elementary experience looks something like this. Let's see that again. To learn more about the HCISD elementary experience, visit hcisd.org.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're Real Sports Live. Bottom of the 6th inning. 7-8-9 due up for the Moody Trojans in this one, and they are sitting comfortably ahead 6-0 here against the Carroll Tigers. And going to lead things off here for the Moody Trojans is going to be number 21, Aiden Gonzalez. And Gonzalez, the last time he was at the plate, sack fly for an RBI. And we'll see how this trip to the plate goes for him.
Number 21, Aiden Gonzalez.
This pitch comes in for ball number 1. And this one comes in for strike number 1, a little outside. So 1 ball, 1 strike. And swing and a miss for strike number 2. And this one taking a bounce past the shortstop, and it's going to be a leadoff single here for Gonzalez. So we're going to put a man on first, and up next Here's Josh Gonzalez.
Number 9, Josh Gonzalez.
So Aiden Gonzalez with the single. Josh Gonzalez now to the plate, 1 on, nobody out. And Josh Gonzalez is going to fly out to center field for out number 1.
Center fielder number 8, A.J. Hernandez.
And up next is going to be A.J. Hernandez with the runner on second now. Or runner on first, excuse me. And there's a throw to second. Not in time, so now we got a runner on second. And this one, a bouncer to the shortstop. Throws not in time. So runners at the corner for Moody now. So Hernandez is going to reach on an error.
Runners on the corners with 1 down. Top of the order, number 12.
So top of the order, and here comes Derek Hernandez. And runner going to move over. So runners at second and third. 1 out here for Derek Hernandez. 2 RBI triple last time. Out. And they're going to say he went on that swing. That's going to be strike number 2. So 0-2 the count here. So no balls, 2 strikes. For Hernandez, and he's going to settle back into the batter's box here. Dudney ready. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And this one on the outside, going to come in for ball number 1. And this one's a swing and a miss, and trying to beat out the throw is Hernandez. Doesn't, but a runner's going to come in and score. And that's Aiden Gonzalez. And it's going to make it a 7-0 game. So runner on third now. With 1 out, and coming to bat is Roman Rodriguez. This one comes in for strike number 1. This pitch comes in outside. for ball number 1. Use the count up at 1 ball, 1 strike. It's 2 balls, 1 strike now. 2 out, runner at third. And the bottom of the 6th inning in the 7-0 game with Moody leading the way here. And this one outside for ball 3. So the count now at 3-1. And that's going to be ball 4, and Rodriguez is going to take his base. It's going to give way here to James Perales. Perales struck out last time up.
Runners on the corners, 2 down.
Perales 0 for 3 on the night.
23, James
But it comes to the plate with runners at the corners now. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And this pitch comes in a little outside for strike number 1. And this pitch comes in low and outside for ball number 1. Count even at 1 ball, 1 strike. This one outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike here. Runners at the corners. Run coming across this inning. As Moody tacking on more runs here, and this one sent deep, and just out of the reach of the outfielder, and 2 runs gonna come in here. Make it 9-0 game on a 2 RBI double. So Josh Gonzalez and AJ Hernandez cross.
Running at second base number 17, Justice Asana. 2 down, runners on second and third. Number 14, Jonathan Everett.
And here comes Everett. And Everett's going to ground out, and that's going to do it for this inning. A couple of runners left on here. So we had 3 runs come across on 2 hits. There was 1 error, and there was 2 left on base here for Moody. And it's 9-0 headed to the 7th inning. Last 3 outs for Carroll coming up. We'll be back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Real Sports Live. We'll be back.
This game is brought to you in part by the concession stand in Santa Rosa. a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the concession stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Real Sports Live is the concession stand.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
And he throws it down.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's an 8-0 game. Actually, that long hit over there to left field ruled a ground rule double. So only 2 bases and 1 runner come in. They move the runner back. So just 2 come in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's an 8-0 lead for Moody. And leading off things here in the top of the 7th inning is Hewitt. And 2 balls, no strikes here. And this one comes in for ball number 3. So 3-0 the count here. And Richie Roman has pitched 6 scoreless innings, and he's trying to secure a shutout victory here. And this one comes in for strike number 1. So 3-1 the count now. Allowed 4 hits on the night, and swing and a miss there for Hewitt. And we have a full count now. So to go along with those 4 hits, 7 strikeouts for Richie Roman. Just solid overall night. And Hewitt fouls this one off into the net. So here's a 3-2 pitch. This one comes in high, and Hewitt's gonna take his base on a walk here. So runner on now, and coming up to the plate is gonna be number 22, Diego Cardenas. And Roman is gonna head to the dugout. His night is over. 6 scoreless innings, allowing 4 hits, no runs, and get this, no errors behind him. So solid overall night, and he goes to the dugout with 7 strikeouts. So in my book, that's our so far leading player of the game, and I believe that's going to be it. Should this hold up here, you know, a lot can happen. 1 on, no outs here. So we're going to have a new pitcher coming in. So we're going to take a break real quick while he warms up, and we'll be back. This is Real Sports Live. Back after this.
See you later, touchdown.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Since COVID-19 hit, we saw that there was quite a decrease in our sales. We had heard from another business that EDC was helping people with grants, and so we decided to give it a shot, and we were accepted. I would encourage you to contact the EDC and see if you qualify for one of these grants.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And to try to close things out here for the Moody Trojan, Christian Rodriguez on the mound now in for Richie Roman. So Diego Cardenas up to the plate now with the man on, nobody out. This one comes in for strike number one. So 1-1 the count here now. Christian Rodriguez taking his time here. And here's the pitch, and this one put in play. And the throw over to second, and it's not going to be in time. Man, safe, so Cardenas going to reach on a fielder's choice. Puts runners on first and second with nobody out, and they come out to the mound to talk to the pitcher. And Coach, the Tigers looked dead in the water in that loss against Veterans. It was against Ray last week. It was against Ray, and they came out and they put up a couple of runs to make it interesting. I believe they were trailing 7-0 heading into the bottom of the 7th inning, and they came out and they put up 4 runs and brought the tying run to the plate.
Actually got the first.
Yeah, so the winning run was at the plate. So De Palomo coming to bat now. 2 on, nobody out. And this pitch comes in inside for ball number 1. So this pitch is going to get away from the catcher, and the runners are going to move over. And we got runners at second and third now. Nobody out. And the 2-0 count here. 2 balls, no strikes. And Palomo gets a piece of this one, and he's going to send it into left field. Nice play there. Here's the throw. And Runner's going to come across here. And was that catch made in the outfield? So he's going to be out is Palomo. But a runner comes across, so sack fly RBI. Brings in Hewitt. And
Number 3, EJ Cantu.
puts a runner at second. And here comes EJ Cantu. One out, one on. And this pitch comes in for strike number 1. And there's a throw over to second, and the count 0-2, no balls, 2 strikes here for EJ Cantu. Here's the 0-2 pitch. This one comes in for strike number 3, and Cantu goes down looking. And that's 2 outs with the 1 on here. And coming to the plate, number 6, Trey Estrada.
Number 6, Trey Estrada.
And this pitch comes in for strike number 1. And swing and a miss for Estrada. That's strike number 2. And that one came in inside. And this one comes in high for ball number 1. One ball, 2 strikes here. 2 out, man on second for Carroll. Here at the top of the 7th inning. This one comes in outside for ball number 2. 2's all the way across. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Man at second. And here's the pitch. And Estrada goes down swinging. And that's going to do it here, folks, as the Moody Trojans secure an 8-1 victory over the Carroll Tigers here. And our player of the game going to be Richie Roman for the Moody Trojans as he pitched 6 scoreless innings. And allows just 4 hits on the night. And that